Alright guys, what's going on? We're back with the Waluigi Washers podcast. Sorry it's been so long again, but we're back after another hiatus. And we're going to be talking about... Wasn't as long. It was just a couple months instead of a couple years. But we're going to talk about the recent event that has unfolded in American history. The attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump 2 days ago. So, what do we all think about this? I just did a video on my channel earlier. We're just kind of going to discuss our thoughts on it.
Crazy.
I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And also, I feel like it was low-key inevitable at one point. But honestly, I'm surprised it actually happened, and it happened in Pennsylvania, of all places. And it was performed by a young person, like, not like a young person, like, only 20, that's
not much older than us, like a year or two older, not like 2 or 3 years older than us, so.
What? What I thought was crazy is that there's this TikToker, his name is Dylan Page, he does these news videos.
Yeah.
And he did one, he showed a I guess like a diagram, a graph, like, if Donald Trump did not turn his head perfectly in that last second.
Yeah, 0.05 seconds. It was that close.
If he did not turn his head perfectly in that second, he would have been dead.
He would have nailed him right in the total fatality zone.
There was a graph. There was a graph right on the side that he was looking and he was pointing at. Yeah. And if he didn't turn and look at that second, he would have 100% been.
That would have been a big stir up in the Republican Party in the entire election had that not happened, because the convention started today. But what was really weird is that guy, the Secret Service wasn't as prevalent, because Trump's not sitting president, he always does these rallies. The shooter had a clean line of shot from the roof to Trump.
People saw him climb up onto the building and nobody did anything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like people literally talk about it.
What was weird was the Secret Service, one of the guys saw it like 2 or 3 minutes before he actually shot, but he didn't see a weapon, so like you can't shoot without reasonable suspicion. And that was I
don't know, man.
Anyway, we gotta do a beverage check. Sorry this is late, but I got a Dr. Pepper cream soda.
I'm drinking my whole dreams right now, man.
Nice.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, so found out stuff on the kid's background. He graduated in 2022, so like we literally could have gone to high school with this guy. Like he was a senior when you guys were sophomores, I was a freshman, and he worked at like this nursing home at the time. He had no federal ID on him, and he used his dad's AR-15. And he had bombs in his car when they found him.
Didn't he have a YouTube channel?
I thought he did, but I think it was just fake. Because somebody added back, there was this, I did a post on my Snapchat. But there was this guy afterwards pretending to be him, like he looked like him. And he was just posting videos, he's like, I'm Thomas Matthew Crooks, and I'm not dead. But that's just, it's trying to creep people out.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, I actually thought it was him. Like, I was fooled. Like, I made a post on it and everything.
Huh.
That was why I was trying to do an emergency podcast, son. Like, the other day I talked to him about it. I was like, because I thought I found his YouTube channel. And there was also evidence, because it said on this short, it was like a graduation of Thomas Matthew Crooks and Mark Violets, who shot Donald Trump. And Mark Violets is like this Antifa guy. And I thought that like there were 2 people behind it, but it was only him. Yeah, he wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
There were people that thought originally that he was behind it, but I don't think that's true. And son, you brought this up earlier about the Republican thing. He was a registered Republican, but he donated like $15 to this Democrat organization when Biden took office a couple years ago, and his mom is a registered Democrat and his dad's a registered Libertarian, and they both live in the same household. They all 3 do.
Okay, so then, the Republican registration is an oddball one then.
Yeah, it's just, it was weird that he was registered as a Republican because he donated to a Democratic society, and neither of his parents are Republicans either, and he shot Trump. It's just kind of really weird.
Yeah.
But the Secret Service did a great job at getting him. They killed him within seconds. Unfortunately, the one gentleman did lose his life, but
He was a 50-year-old firefighter.
yeah, he was.
And
A 50-year-old?
wasn't there another person shot?
There were 2 other people shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're okay though. I think now, but
I saw this thing that bullet didn't miss. It went right through his ear and hit. It went right through and hit the guy.
that's crazy. But I was talking to Son about this earlier before he got on. That picture of Trump, he took that as a beast. That picture of him going like this, that's going to be in every single history book for centuries, dude. That is the most epic presidential moment probably in U.S. history. One of the most epic presidential moments.
Y'all remember the Ronald Reagan "Miss Me"?
Yeah.
The guy popped
yeah.
"Miss Me." That's crazy. Now I'm kind of thinking is it going to be compared to Roosevelt?
Yeah, Roosevelt got shot during a campaign speech in 1912 trying to come back. It was the same type of thing, except Roosevelt got shot.
Yeah, it takes more than that to kill a bull moose. It takes more than that to kill a bull moose.
Yeah, and he had 9 pages of a speech in his pocket, and the bullet hit him right there, and it kind of slowed it down. But Roosevelt actually finished the speech before he got medical treatment. Trump probably would have, but Secret Service didn't exist back then.
So what do you think
He
it's
also
going to
apparently broke through it.
What'd you say?
He apparently had the bullet in his pectoral muscle for both his life.
That was Jackson that did that. He got in a duel and he kept the bullet in. What were you saying?
Oh, well, I know what I wondered.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's so crazy.
What was the president who got shot in? There was another guy. He was walking and he got shot.
That was Reagan.
Yeah.
That was close. They actually thought he was going to die from that.
Oh, he flatlined on the
Yeah,
table.
he did, yeah. And the guy that shot him's still alive in prison, John Hinckley Jr. He was trying to impress this actress by shooting the president.
What? He was trying to impress?
Yeah, he was depressed, and he thought he was going to impress this actress for shooting Reagan. It was going to impress her. So dumb. It's so dumb. Why would you do that?
Yeah, it's exactly after the move.
Huh.
And now he's depressed in prison for the rest of his life.
He was in his 20s when he did that. He's still alive today. He's in his 60s or 70s now.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh, you know what's even crazier? The guy who killed Robert Kennedy in 1968 still alive in prison. He's 80. And he was in his 20s when he shot Reagan. Or Kennedy. Robert Kennedy, his brother. Yeah, and he was... That was also at a campaign rally. So... This is not the first time something like this happened, but it's the first time in a long time. So.
Oh, yeah.
But that's
I think
definitely
people
history.
kind of put this idea of what this stuff happening is on the back burner of the chances of these things happening nowadays are not nearly as high as they used to be, so they're not gonna happen.
I know.
So people stop thinking about it.
And they just assumed because Trump did so many rallies out in rural areas like that nothing like that was going to happen. It's almost like, just like the middle of nowhere. That's pretty much where they were. It wasn't that big of a town, but they had Secret Service on the roof, but they didn't guard that roof. You'd think they would have at least had a drone in the air or something, but they didn't.
Yeah, you think something.
I saw the picture of the dude after the shot him. It didn't look like a roof at all. It looked like on top of a what do you call it? A box truck. The box.
Yeah.
It looked like a top of that.
It was weird. He was wearing merch for this one channel called Demolition Ranch. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Oh yeah. I love Matt. Matt.
Do you watch that channel? Yeah, he had merch from that channel. He was a fan. Which kind of is it's like go figure, a gun channel. It's like, come on.
Demolition Ranch is Matt is he's a downright hardcore Trump supporter.
It's almost like the Crooks planned this all out. He chose to wear that shirt. He was a smart guy. He excelled in school, but he said he got bullied all the time in school, and maybe he just didn't really like his life too much. So he just, you gotta think, if you're going to shoot the president, you're going to get killed. You're not going to come out. You're either going to get life in prison or killed. You're not living. They'll chase you to Mars if they have to. If there's going to be one thing to get man on Mars, it's going to be chasing an assassin there.
Yeah.
Literally, they will not let you go. And unfortunately for us, Crooks was killed, so we'll never get like a trial, so we'll never like know the full story. Because supposedly this was a secret thing. His parents had no idea about it, supposedly. I don't know, but it's just kind of weird because like you go to your house, like his dad had to go. It's like, Dad, can I borrow this AR-15 to shoot Trump? He's like, oh yeah, I didn't really like him anyway, so go ahead, son. Good luck. It's like
that's huge.
But that's just a crazy situation in total.
I know.
Is what they put him down with a headshot. They're taught that's what is weird to, because yeah, he shot Trump, but they still had to climb up onto that roof-looking thing and then shoot him.
Yeah.
Because he unloaded what he unloaded. He had no, like, from what I know, he had no ammunition left in his rifle. And instead of just detaining him, the first thing they did was shoot him in the head. But the Secret Service is taught to detain torso then death. That's how they're taught.
That's crazy.
And the first thing they did was shoot him straight in the head.
Yeah, I guess that's unprecedented for them to do, but you're also in a really weird scenario where I mean, we haven't seen a presidential assassination attempt on this level in over 40 years, but
That's true.
it was just like, I woke up that day and something felt off about I don't know. It was just eerie in my mind. I don't know why, and then you hear that happen, and that just came out of nowhere. Like, I originally thought he was dead when my dad first called me about it, but he's like, he got shot in the ear. Like, there were people there that were so confused. People thought it was fireworks at first. It's like, dude.
Yeah, I found it out from your story. I was at my girlfriend's house when it happened.
Oh yeah, congrats on girlfriend.
That day, and then
yeah, I posted that immediately as I saw it.
I was at church and then I saw it.
Yeah, dude. I posted it on my story probably about, I think the shot happened about 6:15. I think I posted it about 6:40. So it was like about half hour after.
You were quick.
Yeah.
You were quick. Because I heard about it, and then like 10 minutes after I heard about it, I opened Snapchat and I saw your story about it.
Yeah. My dad called me pretty quick. I was at my grandma's house, and we went to go back to. It was crazy.
Oh, what was crazy to me is that less than a day later, 50 Cent had a concert, and he played Many Men. Was that like the one that goes Many Men was Death Upon Me, and behind him he had a picture of his album cover, and he replaced his face with Donald Trump. Many men wish death upon me.
Yeah.
Blood in my eyes on me, I can't
That's so
see.
weird. Yeah.
Just Donald Trump in the background. I thought that was crazy. Less than a day. That was last second decision.
It's crazy that he got shot 2 days before the Republican convention, which started today. Like, had Trump died, you know how much, like, havoc.
That would have been riot.
I just got done with a community band concert. I played trombone in the Williamsburg community band, and there was like such a hot day, and it was just a terrible concert. And then I came home, I dropped Bruno off. I don't know if you guys remember him or not. He was on a podcast. And within minutes later, the shot happened. And I didn't hear about it till probably 15 minutes later. But, gosh, that's crazy. That's got to be one of the most historic events, at least of our lifetime.
Yeah.
That happened. I say one of, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, thankfully he lived, though, but, man, that would have been crazy if he... Wow. I mean, what a miracle that he lives. Like... The odds were not in Trump's favor on that at all. Like, regardless of what you guys think politically, like people watching this video, you gotta admit that was a pretty incredible moment for Trump.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
But his action.
Well, I already know he's going to be using that towards his campaign. That's going straight towards his campaign.
Yeah,
And then
that sealed the deal.
oh, I saw this. I saw this video. You guys know Queso, right?
Yeah.
So there's a clip of him streaming. He was like, "Chat, we're cooked. This is it. We're cooked." And then it was him in the Oval Office. And he says, "Biden shooter, Biden when he finds out his shooter died or something." He's like, "Well, chat, we're cooked. This is it. We're done." I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy because he shot like 7 times, dude. Crooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. Oh, did you see some of those news articles where they were like kind of dancing around the headline and they said loud popping noises heard at Trump rally.
Yeah.
Trump rushed out, and it's like,
yeah.
what do you mean loud popping?
Right at the beginning, it was like all confusion. Like at the beginning, like people were saying, we don't know if this was an assassination attempt or not. And even when Biden addressed the country, like I watched it live, somebody asked him at the end of his very brief speech, he's like, "You think this was an assassination attempt?" He's like, "We can't say anything right now." He literally got shot in the ear, and that was, come on.
Yeah, no, it's like, I have an opinion.
Yeah, I know.
But I can't say the facts.
Well, you know, as president, whatever you say is documented. So if you say something you shouldn't say, there's no turning back. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand what Biden was going from, but like that was pretty clearly an assassination attempt. It's been confirmed. But people there were very confused. Like people didn't really know. Like some people saw the gunman, but there were thousands of people there. Like some people were literally clapping. Because I guess they thought Trump was just going like this, and they didn't see the blood. I don't know. Because it all happened so quick. The guy, Crooks, was dead within seconds.
Yeah, they got him.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. That's what's so confusing. How did they get there that fast? And they had that entire area was uncovered. They got there that fast.
I don't know. Like the Secret Service just really well trained, I guess. But my gosh, that was impressive.
Yeah.
That was impressive. Like I can't believe. What?
I'm feeling. It's just like it. What I feel like is just that that just feels like they had something going on in that area, like slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Okay.
That happened so fast.
There was a thing that I saw. He was on an angle to where the snipers in the Secret Service were on the roof, but they actually had like a tree blocking their angle for some of them. Where he was like purposely like aligned. But as he was going up on top of the building, there was a police officer that saw him, and he was trying to go up to chase him down because he noticed he had a gun. And then he was climbing up this ladder to get on top of the roof, and the police officer was like had both of his arms on the ladder, and Crooks pointed his rifle at him, and so the cop just fell down, and then Crooks came up there and did it. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's crazy.
If that's true, then that is crazy. Because that he just completely slipped through unnoticed and no harm.
Yeah.
Like he just completely went right through.
Yeah, and if I were that cop, if you were that cop, like how bad do you feel? Like I could have stopped that guy. He was the only chance to stop that guy. They had no ID. There was no ID on him, and there was bombs in his car. But we don't even know if he had a driver's license. He could have just stole his parents' car, taken it up there. Because he clearly stole his dad's gun. I don't think his dad would have let him take that out.
Sure.
So I don't know.
It's just a crazy situation, and there's not enough information on it.
I know.
Assassination. It's an assassination attempt upon an ex-president, but there's little to no information.
Yeah, it's really weird. Oh, he left.
That's not.
We were slowly gathering information, but like Crooks, he attended like a community college or something like that. He works at a nursing home. He's, we don't really know much about him. Like, what are his parents, like, what do you parents think about that? Because, like, for one, they probably didn't know because it said it was a secret thing. For one, your son's dead, so that sucks. And then it's like, he killed a guy trying to kill the president. And he drove an hour. He drove an hour away to this rally. It's not like he just lived across the street.
It was obviously premeditated.
Yeah,
Obvious.
he planned it out. Yeah, he planned it out.
But there's just not. There should be more information on it, and there's not much information on it.
I know. It's so weird how that guy, like, somehow Crooks, like, for some reason, it's like he knew that there was going to be nobody on that roof. It's like, you would have suspected. I know it was out of the perimeter, but you should have expected somebody to notice you. Which they did, it's just no one acted on it.
And that's like that. I saw a video. That's what makes people think it's an inside job.
Yeah.
It's such a perfect. It just planned so perfectly, Like there was that you could barely see him. That entire area was, and he just completely slipped through the cracks. And you know what? I don't like how fast they got there.
I know.
They knew exactly where he was at as soon as it happened when he got there. But there was no coverage in that area.
I guess it was because the Secret Service had already seen him up there, but they just didn't notice the gun. But there were plenty of people in the audience that noticed the gun, and they were yelling, "He's got a gun! He's got a gun!" And no one
didn't do nothing about it.
Nothing.
That's what makes me think that it could have possibly been an inside job if you look at it. I'm not saying it was, but if you just look at it in this perspective, this was so planned out without no time to plan it out.
Yeah, it was. It's just like, how are this random 20-year-old, how are all of his cards aligned exactly right for this to happen? Like, this seems like this should not have happened.
The only thing that went wrong is that Donald Trump turned his head last second.
That was it. Yeah, and that is a miracle that even happened. That was like, if you replayed that 10-1, that's not going to happen again.
There's a perfectly timed picture where you can see the bullet flying behind his head.
Yeah, literally. Like, he turned so quick it chipped his ear. It was that quick. Like, my gosh. Wow. Like, and imagine the havoc in the election right now if Trump got killed. That would have been...
Riots. There would have been riots if you...
I bet, yeah. It would have been worse.
If you look about how, like, all the parties are, when anybody from any party has, they will jump on that train as fast as they can.
Oh yeah.
I mean, shoot. What could you do?
They would have to, because the conventions today, they would have had to bring up another candidate, and that would have just been a pain.
Yeah.
And
you think they'd do that, or they would push the election back?
I doubt they'd push it back, just because that's never been done before.
But at the same time, Donald Trump is the running guy. He's the main guy.
Maybe just want to worry about the Republicans and between RFK and Biden.
That's true, because when RFK died, like RFK Sr., when he died in 1968, they didn't move the election back, even though he was actually coming back in the primaries for the Democratic nominee. But I don't think, like, in American history, even during the Civil War, the election wasn't put back. I feel like that's just... I don't think it's in the Constitution that says it can't be turned back, but I don't know. J.D. Vance is now his running mate. He announced that today, so... At the convention. Senator. 39 years old. Very young.
The youngest person.
Oh, yeah. He's actually... So... But... It's just crazy. They would have had to pick another Republican. Thankfully, even if he did die, the convention was still going to happen regardless these couple days. So they would have been able to bring out another guy, but I don't know. He would never have had the support Trump has. No one.
No.
So. And man, that would have made it even worse if Trump got killed. You know how many people would be so furious right now? My gosh, dude.
Hey, boys, I just had something come up. I'm going to have to cut my end off the podcast early now.
Alright, we can probably shut it off here soon anyway, unless there's anything you want to say.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go.
Son,
hey, y'all have a good one.
Alright, cool.
Alright, bye.
Son, you got any final remarks for this?
Well, no, we pretty much covered everything. Because I feel like more stuff will come up as it, like, progresses.
Yeah.
That's what typically happens. Like, we did, like, investigations. Oh, it turns out we were wrong about this.
Yeah.
Or more witnesses coming about. So I think we just need to keep, like,
Keep it cool for now.
Keep it like in mind. And like do a research here now and just like watch.
Yeah. I've watched more news in the last couple of days than I have in a long time. I'm gonna keep watching news. I'll probably turn it on when I'm go off of this just to see if there's anything else on it. But yeah. So we just don't really know a whole lot, especially about the plotting of the assassination. We don't know too much about the background or the motive right now. I don't know if we'll ever learn that, but we might. Who knows? But I think we know a lot about what unfolded there. It's just the background stuff we're kind of murky still. So maybe there could have been another person involved. I don't know. Maybe we could find that out. I mean, people still talk about the JFK assassination with there being 2 shooters. So who knows?
That is true.
Anyway. Alright, I guess we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. If you got any requests for podcasts to do, let us know. And we'll see you.